There is some breaking news for Magic the Gathering fans. Let's chat about it. Well, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. My name is Louie. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic day. We're in the middle of Fallout spoiler season. We're on the back end at Murders of Karlov Manor. And of course, there's always something new coming out with Outlaws at Thunder Junction coming up, the next standard set. We're starting to get some leaks and some spoilers and some information. And today I want to talk about the breaking news. There is basically a subset of cards in Thunder Junction called breaking news cards, and they will be basically the same thing as Wilds of Eldraine had the enchanting melodies, I think. I don't remember the enchantments though. You had Brothers War that had the artifacts, the retro frame artifacts, and all the way back in Strixhaven, you had the Mystical Archive. So you have all these different things that add significant value to the set. Now, these are not standard legal cards, but they are usually pretty good reprint cards that are used that people really like and that go into decks, and they can be played in limited environments and that kind of thing, but they are not standard legal. Now, I think that these things are really, really good when they add sets to sets because it adds an increase in value. You're not just relying on, like Murders at Karlov Manor, you're not just relying on the standard sets and maybe the, kind of special guest reprints that they put in there, but you actually have this really good subset of cards that adds value to the set. And so I think that's a really big win. And I've been a little bit poo-poo on the set, on this. I'm just not sure the Wild Western theme's gonna do it, but this is a good win for the set. I wish there was also box toppers in this set, but it is a good win to have this subset of cards. So I'm going to speculate here that the breaking news cards is actually going to be all instant cards, all instant speed cards. Here's why. It fits with like the breaking news, right? Like if you think about what breaking news is, it's very fast-paced news. It's instant speed news, but we tend to see these things have been in this season of those subset of cards highlighted into all enchantments or highlighted into all artifacts. We saw the March of the Machine had the Multiverse Legends that were all legendary creatures. And so I think getting back to like a spell will kind of work well. And you got the gunslinger kind of attitude. I just think breaking news fits this theme of instant speed cards, which could potentially create a lot of value here. Let's talk about some really great instants. I'm going to speculate here. I think we're going to get like a Force of Will or a Force of Negation or one of those kind of high-end instant speed counter spells, and that could go really, really hard in this set. And not only are they in the play boosters as like just, non-foil variants, but we have breaking news that these breaking newses are also going to be in every collector box too. You're going to have 3 per pack in the collector booster packs, whereas you're going to have 1 per pack in the play booster packs. But collector boosters in less than 1%, so you're kind of same pull rates as like the serialized cards have been advertised, you're going to have exclusive borderless textured foils. Now here's my, again, speculation. This is all speculation. We don't know any actual details. But I have been saying for a long time that the biggest issue with Magic the Gathering currently is that their variants, their high-end cards or high-end variants, they don't change the artwork. It's the same artwork as the regular foils or the regular cards, and that changes things because it's just not that special. When you look at Pokemon, you have the alt art cards, the big heavy chase cards or alternative art that are different. The same card, right? The exact same card, but different art that's a cool, different style. I think we're going to see that with these textured foil variants. I think you're going to see borderless, they're calling them borderless texture foils because I think the art is going to be different. They're not calling them extended art textured foils, they're calling them borderless. And that's really important because typically when they use the word borderless, they are changing the artwork, whereas extended art just kind of widens the art and makes it look bigger on the card. So that could be a huge, huge game changer if they figure out that textured foil and it makes it. Can you imagine if you have like a Force of Will or a Force of Negation that's an alternate art that's only in this pack that's textured foil in a less than 1% chance, how much value that adds to Thunder Junction as a collector box product? I think that that is a huge win, and in my opinion, that is far better than serialized cards. And we don't have any information. There's no real evidence that there's any serialized cards in this set. I'm guessing that there is not, and I think that that's a big win. Typically what we've seen in the past on serialized cards is that the serialized cards kind of justify lower power, in my opinion. Like they don't put in the big powerful stuff because they don't feel like they need to, because they're using the serialized cards, and I feel like that hurts the market of the actual product. And that when they don't do serialized cards and instead they put in cards and reprints and powerful cards, like looking at Lost Caverns of Ixalan as an example, that goes a lot better for the consumer, a lot better for the store owners, and I think that that's what we're going to see. So I'm actually starting to turn into a more positive outlook on Thunder Junction. I'm still a little bit worried about the Wild West theme, but now let's talk about that. I actually know somebody who said to me, Louis, this is the first set I'll be able to get my kid to play in. Playing through Red Dead Redemption with their kid has kind of led them to an understanding that, hey, when the Wild West themed Magic the Gathering set comes out, it's going to go well for him. He's going to be able to get his son to play Magic the Gathering for the first time because of the theme. So maybe I just don't get the theme. Maybe it's just not for me. And maybe it's going to have a wider reach than maybe I thought it would. So I don't know. It's really interesting. I think a big thing with these sets, we saw this with Wilds of Eldraine, is that the value that they put in the reprint slot there typically sets the tone for how successful the set is going to be. So if you're watching spoiler season for this stuff, I would start thinking through and in your brain thinking through what cards are actually going to be there, because that is going to pass or fail this set, in my opinion. That and the limited play I think are really important. But if you have some really cool instants and sorceries in limited, I think that can go a long way. I think it's going to be, I want to clarify, I think it's just going to be instants, because it's like, breaking news. Like it's fast. I don't think sorcery fits there. But if you have some really cool instants, it kind of adds to this limited experience that could be more back and forth, and that could be really cool. Anyway, let me know what you think about the speculation there. What else could the breaking news be before we actually get the info? I hope you have yourself a fantastic day. Be kind to the people around you. We'll see you again next video.